Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to Valorant News, and so much has happened in the last 24 hours. Hiko deciding to retire from professional play, hanging it up after all these years, ending a legendary career in esports. Sinatraa to Sentinels looking more and more likely, and also some craziness going on at VCT Masters. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new as well, I'd really appreciate it. Not far away from 14,000. Loads of support the last few days. Firstly, we've got to talk into this Hiko stuff because what an esports legend, right? I mean, it's so many years through the Counter-Strike days into Valorant as well, winning first strike. Like, I'm just an esports legend. And as Asuna says from that original roster of Dicey, Steel, Nitro, Hiko, and Asuna, it's now only Asuna remaining, right? And we believe it's going to be Will, Stella, Derek, and Bang alongside him for the roster, but I guess that will be confirmed over the coming days. But it was officially confirmed last night from 100 Thieves that yes, Hiko's out of there. A special message from the captain of Clutch, Hiko. Like, yeah, legendary player, incredible career, but we've talked for quite some time now, right, that if that kind of previous situation of the 100 Thieves roster didn't work out, then probably it was Hiko's last chance saloon. He was probably going to be gone. Now it makes sense, I guess, for him to step into kind of a content creation situation. Like, you know, he was discussing that his career and like so many legendary moments. Of course, it's kind of, he's been memed a bit the last few months, right? But I think it's a good time here to step away, really. They probably didn't want to move in his direction again. And it makes sense given the way his stream has been going to bring this career to a close. As he says, thank you for being part of my 14-year journey. I cannot express how grateful I am to my fans, my Twitch community, and 100 Thieves as well. Love all you guys. So incredible stuff, honestly. Like, just the amount of legendary moments that Hiko has, really. You know, the Hiko, are you kidding me? The inhuman reactions, right? And of course, the mid-doors on Dust too. So many great moments. And, you know, of course, the Tech9 clutch on Cash. Just so many good ones that come to mind with Hiko. So it's a shame to see him go, but I think people will miss him really within the scene. But it's probably about time for 100 Thieves to move in a different direction, to be honest, based on what we've seen from their performances. And Hiko's, I guess, individual performances the last couple of years or so. There was plenty of reaction to this as well. Even Symbol says, good luck, brother, right? So thought it was pretty wholesome. Congratulations to Hiko on a fantastic career, and wishing him the very best going forward as well. Some further reaction here from dapr as well, right? Kind of the teabag thing that went down here, which is pretty entertaining. But, you know, it's good to see people look back on Hiko with very fond memories, and certainly understandably so. And Hiko kind of passing the torch here to Asuna, right? With him being pretty much the only remaining player of that original first strike winning team that 100 Thieves had. With no more time to waste, though, we've got to talk about the Sinatraa stuff as well, because yesterday we mentioned this. Like, I'm a tweet that has 100,000 likes here, basically saying like he's looking to return to competitive play, was forced away, now he's coming back, wants to start tryouts this week. He said in this tweet his first choice is to return to Sentinels, get back involved with Sentinels as a team, and seemingly they might be making some room for him. Now, as Thorin says, I thought was quite an interesting statement, right? Because there was all this talk the last few months. Will a team take a gamble on Sinatraa? Will they give it a go? The potential backlash that could be involved in that, like, you know, is that worth it, right? And it seemed for a time teams didn't really want to do that. Maybe part of it was Sinatraa kind of wanting to kind of lay low and do the stream and this type of stuff for a few months before eventually a year later, after he initially got banned, now saying he's going to come back. And certainly some teams will probably give him a consideration, as seemingly Sentinels already are, having kind of stuck by him on the content side. Now they might be giving a spot on the starting team. This comes out yesterday from Geddes, Purist, and Bo, one of the potential candidates to replace Zombs, because seemingly they have been practicing without him. We saw this a few days ago. I pointed it out in a video that Zombs was spotted not practicing with the Sentinels starting team, and that was kind of interesting. Or at least he wasn't practicing with them. And people wondering, okay, what could potentially happen there? Is Zombs gone? Is someone else coming in? We theorized, okay, could Ethan from 100 Thieves, is he an option, right, to come in there and maybe change around the roles internally? That what we actually talked about on the channel. Now, well, ShahZaM came out the next day and said, no, that's not true. Sentinels, Ethan, that's certainly not a thing. But seemingly that did not necessarily mean that there were no changes going on, because Zombs apparently is still going to be out of there, but the replacement is going to be none other than Sinatraa. This at least is one of the potential candidates. Roles will likely change. Sinatraa could come in as the flex player. That's why we saw a few days ago, I think Sick was practicing out on the smokes. We saw that a lot in ranked play. So, you know, potentially that's going to be the way it goes. And Zombs is out of there. Sick kind of goes onto the smokes role. Sinatraa comes in, and, you know, that would be kind of incredible. Of course, it does have to be mentioned the reason why he got banned after being embroiled in the sexual assault controversy last March. So there's definitely going to be a lot of, well, talk about this that already has been over the last 24 hours or so. Of course, to our understanding, there's a police investigation that has followed, and the status of the case is currently unknown. I think he was suspended from competing for about 6 months or so, and also suspended from competing under the Sentinels banner for the time, because I think he failed to provide any evidence to the right guys against this, and therefore they just suspended him from competing. But, you know, he hasn't been found guilty or anything. With the status of the case that's potentially still ongoing is currently unknown. Therefore, from the Riot perspective, and from, I guess, you know, a lot of the organization's perspective, he is free to compete. And seemingly a Riot representative has confirmed to esports he's not under any restrictions and can still compete here. So, you know, whatever your thoughts Sinatraa, it seems like he wants to return, he's willing to return, and he's able to return, and obviously organizations are going to want to give him a go, given the talent that this guy has. We've got to talk about some of the matches that went down though yesterday as well. I thought this is pretty good from Fion Fire. Zombs now benched on Sentinels, it seems. Brazil finally starts winning in Valorant. Coincidence? I think not, right? The Zombs Nation at Champions definitely had a few words to say against the Brazilian scene. Before we talk about Masters though, just wanted to mention this real quick, because the new TSM roster of GMD, Sabrosa, Corey, Rossi, and Seven was playing in one of these Mickey Mouse online tournaments. They were 4-0, and then they lost to a team called Lily Time. They lost 13-3 on Fracture. They lost the series 2-1, so maybe not the greatest sign for this new TSM roster, but yeah, plenty else to talk about here. First series of the day was DRX versus Ninjas in Pajamas. Not a particularly interesting one, to be honest, but DRX pretty much dominate both maps again and go through all the way to the playoffs officially. So phenomenal work from DRX. They win the first map at Icebox. It goes 13-4 in their favor, then 13-8 on Breeze. So just dominance, to be honest. Xander and the LIP guys go down to the lower brackets. They all play a team. We'll look at the bracket here at the end of the video, because that's getting very spicy indeed. But yeah, RB and Co. I mean, if you look at across all the maps, RB 37-22. No doubt will be a force to be reckoned with when we go into the playoffs. The second game then, OpTic versus Crew. This to me was the one I was most excited for, because I mean, yeah, Crew are never easy to get past. In fairness, this tournament they ended up not even winning a map, to be honest. But Ye was getting warmed up. Honestly, this guy is just ridiculously good, isn't he? But it wasn't just the Ye show for OpTic today, which obviously was last night, which obviously was crucial for them, because if it's just Ye, they generally lose. If there's someone else like Victor or Marv that shows up, then the team can actually win series like this. And I mean, look, Ye was just discussing with the headhunter once again. Kind of interesting, really, to be honest. I thought the Crew went into bind just because OpTic are very strong on binds. Not really sure what Crew were thinking there. I guess they had something prepared for them. Didn't really work out for them though. They lost this first map 13-5. They then go over to the Ascent, and that goes in OpTic's favor as well. It was a close fought affair. Ye had some great moments as well, like a 2v5 clutch ace here for Marv was crucial. He was just smoking people with the Omen. Actually, he had some great moments right here. And then Ye as well was once again just dominant. Like this guy on the Marshall as well is so tough to deal with. There was a round I'll actually share for you guys here in just a second, where it's an anti-eco in fairness, but they all come down mid, and he just shuts them all down. One, he dashes away, gets the collateral on the second, gets this one as well. Like watching this guy, honestly, with just anything, any sort of sniper weapon is out of control. When he has the tour de force as well on the chamber, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But these guys get over line. They win this game 13-10. Crashy's had some good moments also, and they survive in the tournament. Honestly, it was basically written in the stars, wasn't it? Because having won this one, they now have a rematch against Xerxia coming up later today. The team that vanquished them in the first round, the Envy versus X10 crit drama before, and I believe they've played 3 times in their history. Envy won, I think, the first time. The previous 2 times, it's gone in the favor of X10 crit 2-1, and then now they called Xerxia. They 2-0'd OpTic on day 1 of the tournament. They will now have to play them, and then the winner of that one goes all the way through to the playoffs. So, OpTic, of course, are going to do their best to win it, but Xerxia are not going to go down without a fight, as of course you would not expect them to. This is pretty funny as well between Victor and Crashy's. Not the greatest kind of handshake post-game type thing that I've ever seen, but they get the job done at the end of the day. 2-0 over Crew Esports. The final stats look like this: Ye's +19, Marv's +12. They had great maps over the course of it. 13-5 on bind. Ye goes 28-11 on the chamber. Just absolutely absurd. And then 13-10 against Crew. That's the thing. Tough scenes for Crew, to be honest. Didn't win a map this entire tournament. They go out 0-4. Put up a fight, but not where they want to be. They're officially, one of the first teams eliminated here from Champions, but another team was just about to be eliminated. That was none other than either Fnatic or the Japanese champion Zeta Division. It was really cool to see the way Zeta Division performed here, right? Because I was hoping that, I was kind of thinking, okay, could a Fnatic get through? Because if Fnatic advanced, they probably would have been able to play with Turko in their decider game, which, but already they had one sub, right? They had Fear in instead of Dephh, who couldn't come out because he's obviously from Russia, and still they had to play with 2 substitutes this tournament, and Zeta Division, who have, had the entirety of Japan backing them, and it's awesome to see these other regions that haven't had too much success getting some success, because it inspires the next generation and inspires that region to care about Valorant and all this type of good stuff. But Turko wasn't a happy man, and understandably so. And early on here on Fracture, we saw some signs about the way this could potentially go, right? The Zeta Division guys want a great thrifty right here to kind of get them in a decent position to win this game. Then it goes to the game 2 after the Zeta go at 1-0, and this was a ridiculous round, honestly, right here from ShahZaM. Like, the zip wire, just so funny watching this guy do this. He honestly was a disgusting clip, because he got the first kill, and then just flies through and gets the classic on the second. So this is just kind of a sign of things to come, to be honest. Like, poor Fear just gets completely destroyed, and then Hyper comes through and just gets demolished off the zip line. So, phenomenal stuff from ShahZaM. That was kind of a deciding factor, I guess, over the course of it. But in the end, it kind of looked like the Fnatic were going to be in a great spot. They had a significant advantage here again on the game 2. It's Laz that has a great ace right here, like some disgusting shots. I saw the Japanese casters kind of well, POV of this one, and they were getting hyped about it, and understandably so, but still, it was 7-9 at some point. Fnatic had a significant advantage, and then, well, Dephh comes alive when he needs to on the defensive side, come with some huge kills to keep the game close, goes all the way to 11-11, then 12-11 in the favour of Zeta Division, and then 13-11. So they close this series out 2-0, another team that fails to win a single map this tournament, none other than Fnatic, so tough scenes for them. Look, they had a substitute, they had 2 substitutes for this series, never going to be easy, but you know, it's really tough for Turko, right, because this guy flew all the way out here, quarantined, tested negative, seemingly just in time to get here and play the tournament, but it wasn't enough due to the government mandated quarantine or whatever he's got to do for a few days. He was, I believe, going to get out today, but you know, by the time he gets out, he's straight out of there, so it's really tough for Turko, right? He flew out there to do nothing but sit in quarantine for a few days, and now he's got to fly home. Then again, even with Turko, the fact that they did have another sub, whether they could have made a run anyway is still a bit of a question mark, but you know, look at this also, as Mike's points out, I thought was kind of incredible. Like, the Zeta Division coach is in this room, they're kind of downstairs, right, as Chet pointed out the other day. He's super happy about it. Look how far he has to go. So maybe I can put this on 2 times speed or something, just to kind of see how far this guy has to go all the way to actually see his players. So it's kind of crazy the way this setup works, right? He comes out of the coaching station, goes up all these stairs, has to go all the way up to the stage, which is so far away, it basically just jogs through the entire setup, and eventually gets to join his players for kind of the post-game celebrations, which you would think this is a little bit too much, to be honest, right? The difference here between where the coaches are and where the players are, gets out on stage, finally sees the players and can congratulate them, and so yeah, awesome for the region, and these are the final series stats here. Zeta Division 2-0 over Fnatic, and yeah, great performance from Laz, plus 21, Sugar 0 as well, plus 20, the 2 standouts, no doubt. Here we go then, the bracket gets confirmed for the rest of the tournament, and as Valen says, they will play, that being the guard, the winner of Optical Xerxia. That is already a banger, but we'll see how that seems here in a second. This is the overall, so you know, we can see the 2 games coming up later today, OpTic Xerxia, Zeta Division versus NIP. The 2 teams that win that will get through to the brackets. The other matches have already been confirmed. These then the games remaining in the group. So Ninjas in Pajamas versus Zeta Division. Tough to call this one, to be honest. I feel like NIP should be favourites, but I want to kind of believe in the Zeta Division story here that they're going to get through, so I'm going to take the Japanese guys to get through this group. And then on the other side, OpTic versus Xerxia. This is a crazy interesting game. I'm really excited for this one, because a rematch, of course, of their first round game. It was written in the stars that this would happen, right? We talked about the possibility of this being the case. I think I'm going to take OpTic 2-1. I think they're going to play better than they did on the first day, and you know, continue improving their performance. They should be, you know, they should have enough to get past Xerxia, but I don't know if they do, if the mental warfare is going to take a toll on them. But you know, that is an incredibly crucial deciding series. And then the entire bracket for the tournament now looks like this. So G2 play the winner of NIP and Zeta, Loud play Liquid confirmed, Paper Rex play DRX confirmed, and then the guards play the winner of Optical Xerxia into the double elimination bracket that will eventually determine the champion of Masters. But so much we discussed today. Very much intrigued to your thoughts and all this in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hitting the like button tells you YouTube gods this is a good video, and also like you should see it as well, and help grow the competitive Valorant community. Thank you for watching as always, take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time.